Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, my name is Honorable Abdullahi Balarabe Dabai, representing Bako Danjafira constituency. I'm from Katna State. I hereby second the motion ably moved by our colleague. I so second the first leg, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Second leg of the motion. Honorable Rogo.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, my name is Abdullah Rogo. I represent Kara Rogo Federal Constituency. I'm from Kano. I rise to second the motion, the second leg of the motion, moved by my honorable colleague. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Please proceed. And Honorable Kafilat, can you stand up for recognition?
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Before you go ahead, let us see the face of Honorable Kafilat for recognition, because I'm sure members are eager to say hello. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleague, once again, my name is Mudashiru Lukman Alani, representing the good people of Iwo Ayedire Olaoluwa Federal Constituency. I'm from Osun State. I rise to move a motion on the need to investigate the fire outbreak at Temidire Sawmill Market in the Iwo local government of Osun State. The House notes that Section 14(2)(2)(b) of the Constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, provides that the security and welfare of the people shall be the primary purpose of government. The House also notes that at the early hours of 14 December 2024, fire raised down the popular Temidire Sawmill Market in the local government in Osun State, thereby destroy goods and property worth millions of naira. The House also aware that the cause of this fire incident at Temidire Sawmill Market is yet to be determined, and the absence of fire service contributed to the extent of damage wreaked by the fire outbreak in the market. The House is informed that the shops and other valuables were completely destroyed in the inferno, which resulted in loss of means of livelihood of the traders. The House also informed that several of the traders affected by the inferno took loan from commercial bank in order to stock their shop and are now worried that the inability to continue their business will greatly affect the interest acquiring on the respective loan. The House cognizant that there is an urgent need for the federal government to take necessary to provide solution to effect future fire outbreak and provide succor to the affected trader. The House resolve urge the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, to provide relief materials to victims of the fire outbreak at Temidire Sawmill Market in the local government of Osun State. Secondly, mandate the Committee on Emergency and Disaster Management to investigate the immediate and the remote causes of the fire outbreak and report back within 4 weeks for further legislative action. I so move, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, sir.
Any seconder? Nobody is interested from this side. My dear brother.
My Speaker, honorable colleagues, I remain Honorable Dixon Taki Owen. I represent Makurdi Goma Federal Constituency. My good people are from Benin State. I rise this morning to second the motion early moved by my colleague. I so second. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to the Committee on Emergency and Disaster Management for further legislative action. The last but not the least is a motion coming from Honorable Abubakar Sarki Dairu. Honorable Dairu is hereby advised to rise and move his motion. Honorable Dairu, your microphone is not on. Okay, go ahead now.
I rise today to pursue to Order 8, Rule 4 of the Standing Order of the House of Representatives, to move a motion of matter of urgent public importance on the diversification of fire outbreak at the Lafia Modern Market. Thank you, sir.
Any seconder to the first leg? Engineer. Please, can you put off your mic? Okay, go ahead now.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues. I am Honorable Engineer Sanubala, representing Sanyawa Gari Federal Constituency from Kano State, and I rise to second the first leg of the motion as heavily moved by Honorable Serki.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable Badau, you can second the second leg.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues. Badau Ahmed Yusuf is my name. I represent Shannon Ogwefra constituency, Mr. Speaker, I'm from Kano State. I stand to second the second lane of the motion. Mr. Speaker, I so second. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable Sarki, please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Note that Lafia Modern Market Service as a critical hub for the commercial in Nasarawa State and adjoining state,
Order, please.
adjoining state, including the Federal Capital Territory. Be aware that the fire outbreak at New Market in Lafia, Nasarawa State, which destroyed shops, goods worth billions of naira. The fire started on Thursday, 5th December around 9:30 p.m. and lasted early hours of Friday.
Order, please.
The instance
Honorable Sada,
brought back
do your work as
firefighters
the acting chief
causing
whip.
delays in the controlling the situation. Also note that the fire outbreak has caused economic hardship for the traders and families, those necessitating the need to improve infrastructure, emergency preparedness in the market to support the state's economic development. Worried that the market was built with sustainable building materials, shops owners whose shops were destroyed by the fire state that the cause of the fire is unknown and that the wood used in the construction of the shops contributed to the info. Considerant of the need to introduce the fire safety measure as the regular fire risk assessments, installations and maintenance of fire alarm system, fire extinguisher, emergency lighting, uses of fire-resistant materials in the construction, and regular maintenance of the electrical equipment are essential steps to mitigate potential fire hazard and ensure safe evacuations during the emergency. Resolve that the state government, through the relevant authorities, to provide the alternative area for the traders to do privileges. Urge the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation to provide immediate relief materials for the victim of the fire outbreak. Further, urge the Federal Fire Service, in collaboration with National Emergency Agency, NEMA, to assess and address gaps in fire safety infrastructure in the markets nationwide. The Ministry of Commerce Industry to construct the market, the Lafia Modern Market, and use bond bricks to ensure fireproof. Mandate the Committee of Commerce to investigate the cause of the inferno and report within 4 weeks for further legislative action. Thank you, sir.
Any seconder? Honorable Fred.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Honorable colleagues, Agbedi Yetim Frederick is my name. I represent Sagbama Kremo Federal Constituency. It's Zonkame, I'm from Bayelsa State. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I rise to second the motion as ably moved by my honorable colleague. I so second. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to the Committees on Commerce, Humanitarian Affairs, disaster emergency management and disaster preparedness for further legislative action. Honorable colleagues, this is to inform you that our colleague, Honorable Godwin Ofiano, member representing Ogoja, Strogala Federal Constituency of Cross River State, is celebrating his birthday today. Is he in the chamber? Is Honorable Godwin around? Okay, so on behalf of the House, we are wishing him a happy birthday. Our members are enjoying to meet him in the office later after plenary for his birthday celebration. Honorable colleagues, the first business of the day is a motion on admittance. The first business of the day is presentation of 23 bills. I now invite the clerk to read their short titles.
Right, Honorable Speaker, honorable members. Nigerian Safety Investigation Bureau Establishment Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999, 6 Alteration Bill 2024, first reading. Niger Delta Development Commission Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. National Commission for the Commissioning of Oil and Gas Installations Bill 2024, first reading. National Commission for Civic Education Bill 2024, first reading. Criminal Code Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. National Community Policing Bill 2024, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 Alteration Bill 2024, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 6th Alteration Bill 2024, first reading. Federal Teaching Hospital Jalingo Establishment Bill 2024, first reading. Public Health Practitioners Council of Nigeria Establishment Bill 2024, first reading. Federal University of Technology Ipokia Ogun State Establishment Bill 2024, first reading. Federal Medical Centers Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Nigeria Police Force Training Institutions Establishment Bill 2024, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 6th Alteration Bill 2024, first reading. National Hajj Commission of Nigeria Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Violence Against Persons Act Prohibition Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Companies and Allied Matters Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Federal Polytechnics Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Federal Medical Centers Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Federal College of Nursing and Midwifery and Health Science, Chibok, Borno State Establishment Bill 2024, first reading. Federal School of Nursing and Midwifery, Uturu, Abia State Establishment Bill 2024, first reading. Federal University of Agriculture, Damboa Establishment Bill 2024, first reading.
Honorable colleagues, the third business of the day is presentation of 5 reports of Committee on Science and Technology standing in the name of Honorable Zakaria Tijani Zanna. The reports are ready for presentation. Honorable Zanna is hereby invited to present the reports.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Tijani Zanna Zakaria is my name. Nguru Isparima China Karasua is where I represent. Mr. Speaker, I am from Yobe State. I rise to present a motion that the House do receive the report of the House Committee on Science and Technology on these 5 bills: HB 155, HB 1788, 1846, HB 366, HB 591, and HB 727. Mr. Speaker, that the House do receive the report of the House Committee on Science and Technology on a bill for an act. Okay, somebody to support, Support the motion.
Any seconder? Any seconder? Yes, our brother from Bayelsa.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Most revered honorable colleagues, my name is Honorable Chief Mitema Obodo. I represent Ogbea Federal Constituency. I'm from Bayelsa State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion as ably moved by my colleague. I so second. Thank you.
Order, please. Order.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. Robuzana, please proceed and lay your reports. Honorable colleagues, the fourth business of the day is presentation of report of Committee on Federal Road Safety Commission on a bill for an act to amend the Federal Road Safety Commission Establishment Act 2007 to empower the Federal Road Safety Commission with the responsibility for road traffic administration and safety management, preventing and minimizing road traffic crashes on public roads, the supervision of users of such public roads, the regulation of traffic thereon and clearing of obstruction on any part of the public roads, and for educating drivers, motorists, and other members of the public, generally on the proper use of public roads and matters related to safety on the public roads and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Abiodun Derin Adeshida. Honorable members will recall that the bill was referred to the committee on Thursday, 10th October 2024. The report is ready for presentation. Honorable Adeshida is hereby invited to present the report.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, my name is Honorable Prince Abiodun Derin Adeshida. I represent Akure North, Akure South Federal Constituency. of Ondo State. I stand before you to move that the House do receive the report of the Committee on Federal Road Safety Commission on a bill for an act to amend the Federal Road Safety Commission Establishment Act 2007 to empower the Federal Road Safety Commission with the responsibility for road traffic administration and safety management, preventing and minimizing road traffic crashes on public roads, the supervision of users of such public roads, the regulation of traffic thereof, and clearing of obstructions on any part of the public roads, and for educating drivers, motorists, and other members of the public generally on the proper use of public roads and matters related on safety on the public roads and for related matters thereof. That's HBs 1604 and 1401. I so move, sir.
Honorable Tajuddin.
Thank you very much, my boss, the Honorable Speaker. I am the Honorable Karim Tajuddin Abisodu. I represent the people of Shaki East, Shaki West, and Atisbo Federal Constituency. Honorable Speaker, I am from Oyo State. I rise this morning to second the motion, ably moved by the Chairman, House Committee on Road Safety. Thank you very much, madam.
Those in support of this motion should say aye.
Order, order,
Those against should say nay.
order,
The ayes have it. Please proceed and lay your report.
order, please.
The fifth business of the day is presentation of 3 reports of Committee on Commerce, standing in the name of Honorable Engineer Ahmed Munir. The reports are ready for presentation. Honorable Munir is hereby invited to present the reports.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, my name is Honorable Ahmed Munir. I represent the great people of Lere Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Kaduna State. As the House, under the stewardship of the Speaker, further bends the arc in creating a more investor-friendly ecosystem in Nigeria, I hereby rise to present and submit reports of the House Committee on Commerce on a bill for an act to enact the Institute of Leadership, Entrepreneurship, and Corporate Governance Bill to establish an institute for the training and certification of leadership and corporate governance professionals and to provide a curriculum for training and standard of professionalism for leadership, entrepreneurship, and corporate governance professionals in Nigeria and for related matters, HB 1681. A bill for an act to provide for establishment of Chartered Institute of Business Educators of Nigeria, charged with responsibility of advancing the study, training, and practice of business educators of Nigeria and for related matters, HB 1112. A bill for an act to provide for establishment of Chartered Institute of Cooperative and Social Enterprise Management to regulate, control, and determine the standards of knowledge to be attained by persons seeking to become chartered cooperators and social entrepreneurs and for related matters, HB 09. Mr. Speaker, I so move. Thank you.
Order, please. The House is in session. Order, please.
Any seconder? Any seconder? The Chair, Traditional Institution, Honorable Ari.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Respected colleagues, Ari Mohammed Abdul Mumin is my name. I represent the blessing people of Toto Nasarawa Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I hold the title of Shatim and Nasarawa. I rise to second the motion, every move by a colleague, and I so second. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Order, order.
Thank you. Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable, please proceed and lay your reports. The sixth business of the day is presentation of report of Committee on Health Institutions, on a bill for an act to establish the Federal College of Dental Technology and Therapy, Birnin Kebbi, Kebbi State, to provide for courses leading to the award of degrees, diplomas, and certificates in dental technology, dental therapy, and for related matters, standing in the name of Honorable Patrick Umo. Honorable members will recall that the bill was referred to the committee on Wednesday, 25th September 2024. The report is ready for presentation. Honorable Umo is hereby invited to present the report. Is Honorable Dr. Patrick Umo around? Doctor, are you the one to present the report or what?
Yes, Right Honorable.
Please go ahead.
Right Honorable Speaker, my distinguished colleagues, my name is Dr. Adeshola S. Adedayo. I represent the good people of Apapa Federal Constituency. I am from the state of aquatic splendor. I am from Lagos. I rise this morning to present a report of the Committee on Health Institution that the House do receive the report of the Committee on Health Institutions on a bill for an act to establish the federal government, the Federal College of Dental Technology and Therapy, Birnin Kebbi, Kebbi State, to provide for courses leading to the award of degrees, diplomas, and certificates in dental technology, dental therapy, and for related matters. House Bill 1624. I so move, my Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues.
Doctor, can you second?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, and my colleagues. I am Honorable Dr. Wale Ahmed. I represent Agege Federal Constituency. It is my pleasure to second the motion as moved by my dear colleague from Lagos. Thank you, sir.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. Doctor, please proceed and lay your report. Honorable colleagues, the first order of the day is the third reading of a bill for an act to amend the Northwest Development Commission Act and for related matters, standing in the name of Honorable Julius Ehovere, the House Leader. Honorable members will recall that the House adopted the report of the Committee of the Whole on the bill on Thursday, 12 December 2024. I therefore call on the House Leader to move that the bill be read the third time. But because we have so many, let me read them out, and then you can take them together. The second order of the day is the third reading of a bill for an act to amend the Southeast Development Commission Act and for related matters, standing in the name of the House Leader. Honorable members recall that the House adopted the report of the Committee of the Whole on the bill on Thursday, 12 December 2024. I therefore call on the House Leader to move that the bill be read the third time. Honorable colleagues, the third order of the day is the third reading of a bill for an act to establish the Chartered Institute of Capital Market Registrars to ensure professionalism in the system and for related matters, standing in the name of the House Leader. Honorable members will recall that the House adopted the report of the Committee of the Whole on the bill on Thursday, 12 December 2024. I therefore call on the House Leader to move that the bill be read the third time. So, Leader, please go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. I'm Professor Julius Ihonvere, OON, DSSRS, Owan Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I represent the people of Owan from Edo State, the new Edo State. I rise to move that the following bills, SB 567, SB 568, and HB 1460 be read a third time. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
The minority leader, please can you kindly second?
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion for the third reading of the three aforesaid bills as moved by the House Leader. I so second.
Those in support of this
Order,
motion, should say
order.
aye. Those against, should say nay. That is it. Clerk.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members. A bill for an act to amend the Northwest Development Commission Act and for related matters, third reading. A bill for an act to amend the Southeast Development Commission Act and for related matters, third reading. A bill for an act to establish the Chartered Institute of Capital Market Registrars to ensure professionalism in the system and for related matters, third reading.
The three bills are read and passed for the third time. The fourth order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to establish Nigerian police force training institutions to serve as high-level centers for the provision of professional training and for related matters. Honorable members will recall that the bill was transmitted by the Senate seeking concurrence of the House of Representatives. The bill was read the first time on Tuesday, 17 December 2024. I now invite the House Leader to move that the bill be read for the second time.
Order, order. The minority aisle. Order.
My attention has just been drawn through the fact that this particular bill was listed for first reading today. So for us to take it for second reading, we have to suspend our rules. So please, can you move that the House suspend its rules to consider this particular
Mr.
bill?
Speaker, thank you very much, and thank you, Clerk, for bringing that to the attention. I rise to move that we suspend the relevant rules to enable the House take this bill for the second time because of the critical nature. I so move.
Minority Leader, please can you kindly second?
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion that we suspend relevant sections of our rules to take the first and second reading of the bill today. I so second.
Thank you. Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is it. Leader, you can proceed with the debate.
Mr. Speaker, this bill is about strengthening.
Did you move for the second reading?
Okay, let me move.
Please move it first.
Okay.
Before the debate,
move
sorry.
that a bill for an act to establish Nigeria Police Force training institutions to serve as high-level centers for the provision of professional training and for related matters, SB 470, be read a second time. I so move.
Leader of the minority leader, please can you second?
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is it. Honorable colleague, this is an establishment bill. It doesn't require any debate. So we go ahead and put the question. Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is it. Clerk.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members. A bill for an act to establish Nigerian Police Force training institutions to serve as high-level centers for the provision of professional training and for related matters. Second reading.
Honorable Abbas. Honorable Abbas. No, I'm not talking about the speaker. Honorable Abbas Adegun.
Honorable colleagues, this bill is referred to the Committee of the Whole for further legislative action. The fifth order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to establish Federal Technical and Vocational Training Center, ABA, to promote training, certification, and registration of trained artisans, to ensure effective provisions of technical services in the execution of both public and private capital projects in Nigeria, and for related matters. Standing in the names of Honorable Alexander Mascot, Ikwegwe, and 7 other honorable members.
Order. The speaker should be heard in silence. Order, please. The House is in session, please.
Honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time on Tuesday, 21st May 2024. I now invite Honorable Mascot to move that the bill be read a second time.
Thank you, my pragmatic speaker, Your Excellency, Right Honorable Tajuddin Abbas Ian Zazao. Esteemed colleagues, as you all know, my name is Alex Mascot Ikweche, and I represent a constituency that amalgamates a people proficient in dexterity and efficient in their distinctive tapestry. I speak of no other constituency, Mr. Speaker, but Aba North, Aba South Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I rise to move for the second reading of a bill for an act to establish Federal Technical and Vocational Training Center, ABA, to promote training, certification, registration, and trained artisans to ensure effective provision of technical services in the execution of both public, private, capital projects in Nigeria and for related matters. I so move. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder? Honorable Bargaja.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Respected honorable colleagues, I remain Honorable Bargaja Mohammed, member presenting Eastern Assembly Federal Constituency. I read to second motion ably moved by my colleague, Honorable Mascot. Mr. Speaker, I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members. A bill for an act to establish Federal Technical and Vocational Training Center, ABA, to promote training, certification, and registration of trained artisans and to ensure effective provision of technical services in the execution of both public and private capital projects in Nigeria and for related matters. Second reading.
This bill is referred to the Committee on Alternative Education for further legislative action. The sixth order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to amend the Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria Act, Cap A12, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 2004 as amended, to make provision for establishment of the Federal College of Agriculture, Orinibi, Edo State, to provide full-time courses, teaching and training in agriculture, agricultural technology, and carry out its due administration and management and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Billy Osaoru. Honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time on Thursday, 21st November 2024. And I invite Honorable Osaoru to move that the bill be read a second time.
Thank you, my right honorable speaker, my honorable colleagues. I remain Chief Dr. Billy Famous Adesuwa Osawaru. I represent the good people of Orion-Wode Federal Constituency of Edo State, a very proud Benin chief. Mr. Speaker, I rise this morning to move a bill for an act to amend the Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria Act, Cap 812, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 2004 as amended, to make provision for establishment of the Federal College of Agriculture, Uronigbe, Orion Local Government,
Honorable Jimmy
area
Benson.
of Edo State.
We are not in the
full-time
Ikorodu
courses,
market, please.
teaching and training in agriculture, agricultural technology, and carry out its due administration and management, and for related matters, HB 1864, be read for the second time. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder, or Honorable Umaru.
Thank you, Excellency. My respected colleagues, my name is Jeremiah Umuru ACA. I represent Akwanga, Nasarawa Gowamba Federal Constituency. I am from Nasarawa State. I stand to second the motion that the bill, as presented by my brother, Honorable Billy, be read for the second time. I so second, sir.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is it. Honorable colleagues, this is an establishment bill. Again, with your kind permission, we go ahead and put the question. Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is it. Clerk.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members. A bill for an act to amend the Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria Act Cap 812 Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004 as amended to make provision for establishment of the Federal College of Agriculture, Urinigbe, Edo State, to provide full-time courses, teaching and training in agriculture, agricultural technology, Urinigbe, Edo State, to provide full-time courses, teaching and training in agricultural technology, and carry out its due administration and management, and for related matters. Second reading.
This bill is referred to the Committee on Agricultural Colleges and Institutions for further legislative action. The seventh order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to establish Federal College of Entrepreneurship and Skill Acquisition, Maiduguri, Borno State, to provide full-time courses, teaching, instruction, and training in technology, applied sciences, arts, social sciences, humanities, and management, and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Rais Abdulkadir. Honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time on Thursday, 17th October 2024. I now invite Honorable Rais to move that the bill be read a second time. Honorable Rais?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, please.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, Rais Abdulkadir is my name, member representing Maiduguri Metropolitan Federal Constituency. I rise, Mr. Speaker, to move for a bill for an act to establish Federal College of Entrepreneurship and Skill Acquisition, Maiduguri, Borno State, to provide full-time courses, teaching instructions and training in technology, applied sciences, arts, social sciences, humanities, and management for related matters. HB 1821 for second reading. I so move.
Honorable Jaha.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues. I'm Jaha Babao, Chibok Dambo, was a federal constituency. I rise to second a motion ably moved by Honorable Abdulkadir Rahis for a bill to be read the second time. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is it. This motion again is an establishment one. With your kind permission, we go ahead and put the question. Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is it. Clerk.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members. A bill for an act to establish Federal College of Entrepreneurship and Skills Acquisition.
Order. Order.
To provide full-time courses, teaching, instruction, and training in technology, applied sciences, arts, social sciences, humanities, and management, and for related matters. Second reading.
Honorable Rais, I was advised to ask you to stand up and bow. and appreciate members for the support. This bill is referred to the Committee on Alternative Education for further legislative action. The eighth order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to amend Section 3, subsection 2B, second schedule, and 31 of the Federal Polytechnics Act, Cap F, 17 laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 2004, and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Dominic Okafor. Honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time on Wednesday, 22nd May 2024. I now invite Honorable Okafor to move that the bill be read a second time.
Good afternoon, the speaking speaker, Right Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, PhD, my noble honorable colleagues. I rise this afternoon to move a motion for a bill for an act to amend Section 3, subsection 2B, second schedule, and 31 of the Federal Polytechnics Act, Cap F17 laws of Federation of Nigeria 2004, and for related matters. HB 1413 be read the second time. I hereby move.
Honorable Matthew.
Thank you, our amiable speaker. My name is Honorable Attorney Matthew Nwogu. I continue to speak for the people of Abombise, Ngopala Federal Constituency. I am from Imo State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion on a bill to amend Section 3, subsection 2B, HB 1413, as ably moved by my colleague, Honorable Dominic Okafor. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is it.
Order,
Honorable
order.
Dominic, I think you
Honorable
need to...
Gaza, Honorable Gaza and Chairman House Services.
The chairman, custom, and his deputy. This is not this is not airport or border where meetings are done for mutual benefits. Can we be attentive? Honorable Dominic, you need to shed more light on this bill. I'm sure members will be interested in what you want to amend and why you want to amend, please.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My name remains Honorable Engineer Dominic Okafor, and I represent the very hardworking people of Agwata Federal Constituency, including that governor of Anambra State that is doing wonders in that state. I'm from Anambra State. My honorable colleagues, this bill, it is my rare privilege to present this very important bill, which seeks to amend the Federal Polytechnic Act, Cap F17 laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, geared towards appropriating the right sections of the Act to related provisions, which were in contravention of the draftman's intent. This bill with reference number HP 1372 was first read on the floor on the 9th of May 2024. My honorable speaker, honorable colleagues, the interpretation section to the academic board as purportedly provided for Section 10, which is actually provided for Section 15 of the Act. Again, the interpretation section provides for the registrar as purportedly provided for in Section 4, subsection 1 of the Act, which is actually provided in Section 5 of the Principal Act, which is a big error that has to be corrected. Furthermore, Section 3, subsection 2B of the second schedule of the Act provides for the junior staff appointments and promotions committee, which shall consist of a chairman and 4 other members to be appointed by the council, and shall have the power to set out in Section 7, subsection 5, and 14 of this Act. Meanwhile, Section 7, subsection 5 does not exist in the Principal Act. Section 7 ends in subsection 4. On the other hand, Section 14 of the Principal Act provides for application of the Pensions Act. This is a big error. From the above expositions, you will agree with me that Section 3, subsection 2B of the second schedule is making reference to non-existent provision. That is Section 7, subsection 5. It does not exist at all. It ends in Section 2, subsection 4. Furthermore, Section 31, which provides for interpretation, provides for the junior staff appointments and promotion committee, which purpose to be provided for in Section 2, subsection 2B of this schedule, of this act. It is therefore proposed to be amended, therefore, that Section 3, subsection 2B, be amended by expunging subsection 5, which does not exist in the Principal Act. Anyone citing a non-existing subsection 5 of this Principal Act will be misleading the whole country, and this could be embarrassing to the country if occasion brings this provision in the international scene, which is possible. I therefore urge you, honorable colleagues and Mr. Speaker, to support the amendment of this proposed bill to avoid embarrassment to our country. Thank you, Mr. Speaker and honorable colleagues, for your attention.
So, honorable colleagues, you are now enlightened or educated on the areas of amendments. If there is no any contribution or opposition to this particular amendment, we can go ahead and put the question. Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members. A bill for an act to amend Section 3, subsection 2B, second schedule, and Section 31 of the Federal Polytechnic Act have F17 laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004 and for related matters. Second reading.
This bill is referred to the Committee on Polytechnics and Higher Education for further legislative action. The ninth order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to provide for establishment of Federal University of Education, Ehemsefu, Isi Uzu local government area of Enugu State, and for related matters, standing in the name of Honorable Paul S. Namchi. Honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time on Thursday, 6 December 2024. I now invite Honorable Namchi to move that the bill be read the second time.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Honorable Professor Paul Sunday Namchi. Mr. Speaker, I represent the people of Enugu East and issues of federal constituency. Mr. Speaker, I move that a bill for an act to provide for the establishment for the upgrading of the Ehamufu College of Education into a Federal University of Education, Ehamufu, issues of local government, Enugu State, and for related matters be read for the second time, sir.
Honorable Galambi.
Any seconder? Yes, Honorable. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues. My name is Right Honorable Barrister Sunday Siraku Sumeha. Mr. Speaker, I represent the good people of Eziagu, the federal constituency of Enugu State. I rise to second this most important bill. Thank you, sir. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members. A bill for an act to provide for establishment of Federal University of Education, Ehamefu, Isiuzu local government area, Enugu State, and for related matters. Second reading.
This bill is referred to the Committee on University Education for further legislative action. The 10th order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to establish Federal College of Fisheries and Apiculture and for related matters, standing in the name of Honorable Usman Midala Balami. Honorable members recall that the bill was read the first time on Thursday, 17th October 2024. I now invite Honorable Balami to move that the bill be read a second time.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, my name is Midala Usman Balami. I represent the good and dynamic people of Askira Uba Hawul Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Borno State. Mr. Speaker, I rise this morning to move that a bill for an act to establish Federal College of Fishery and Apiculture in Askira Uba local government area, Borno State, and for related matter. Mr. Speaker, it is imperative I state here that my constituency is an agrarian community. Therefore, establishing this special school will provide conducive atmosphere to enhance modern agricultural production, thereby providing source of employment and empowerment to our people and all Nigerians. I call on my colleagues to support this bill for second reading. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Baffa Misau.
Mr. Speaker, sir, distinguished colleagues, I am Aliyu Baffa Misau, FCNA, representing the good people of Misau. I stand to second the motion heavily moved by my brother that this bill should go for second reading. I so second. Thank you.
Honorable Ahmed Yusuf Doro, is he around? Honorable Ahmed Yusuf, please can you see the leader of the House?
Order, order.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Again, honorable colleague, this is an establishment bill. With your kind permission, we go ahead and put the question. Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk.
Right, Honorable Speaker, honorable members. A bill for an act to establish Federal College of Fisheries and Apiculture and for related matters. Second reading.
This bill is referred to the Committee on Agricultural Colleges and Institutions for further legislative action. Honorable Midala, can you stand up? These Borno people today, is your day now. Stand up for recognition, for appreciation of members. Thank you. Congratulations. The 11th order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to establish quarterly report to the National Assembly on accountability performance in relation to appropriation of funds to all federal government ministries, departments, and agencies to monitor compliance and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Ahmed Yusuf Doro, honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time on Tuesday, 26 November 2024. I now invite Honorable Doro to move that the bill be read a second time.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleague, I would like to seek the leave of the House to step this down for further consultation, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, this bill is stepped down by the leave of the House. Thank you. The 12th order of the day is a motion on the need to award and complete the construction of Jada multipurpose dam in Adamawa State, standing in the name of Honorable Mohammed Inu Abasi. Honorable Basi is hereby invited to move the motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Mohammed Inu Abasi. I represent Mayobalwa Jada, Ganye Tongo Federal Constituency. I'm from Adamawa State. The House note that the Jada multipurpose dam in Jada local government area of Adamawa State is known as a major source of water supply, irrigation, and has hydropower component. Also note that irrigation farming is the major occupation of residents living around the dam area, which is meant to create means of self-sustenance for the unemployed youth and improve food security in Jada local government and Adamawa State as a whole. But for a decade now, the construction process was not completed after awarding the contract in November 2010 by the Federal Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation to Messrs. Ambis Services Nigeria Limited with a completion period of 36 months, an additional 12 months for defect liability of the dam completion project. Concerned that the inability of the project to be completed was majorly caused by inadequate or non-provision of budgetary allocation, design reviews, and lack of consultancy services, leading to the termination of the project in 2019. Also concerned that after the termination of the contract in 2019, no major step was taken to ensure inclusion and completion of the dam project due to non-appropriation of funds to the project. Worried that the non-completion of the project has deprived the people of Jara local government area source of clean water for domestic use and irrigation purposes. Also worried that the absence of clean water is an issue as the dam construction project in Jara local government area, Adamawa State, is being considered for inclusion in the annual project appropriation act. Resolved to urge the Federal Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation to make provision for the award and completion.
Marcus, are you joining
The
APC?
multipurpose dam.
Why are you
in
standing
Adamawa
between
State
two APC leaders? If you are, let me just declare
budget
now,
estimate.
once and for all. If you are not, then leave that place.
Mandate the Committee on Water Resources and Legislative Compliance to ensure compliance. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Kwamati.
Thank you. With all due respect and humility, Mr. Speaker, honorable members. My name is Kwamoti Bitrus Lowry, and I speak for the people of Jamsa Numa Lamude Federal Constituency. I rise to second a motion as moved by my colleague, Mohamed Ino Abasi. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to the Committee on Water Resources for further legislative action. The 13th order of the day is a motion on the need to appoint additional mandate secretaries in the Federal Capital Territory for adequate representation of area councils in the territory, standing in the name of Honorable Joshua Chinedu Obika. Honorable Joshua is hereby invited to move the motion. Honorable Joshua? Not around?
Honorable Kama.
This motion is stepped down by the leave of the House. The 14th order of the day is a motion on non-delivery of the 2,000 units of tractors and 100 units combined harvesters under the Presidential Food Security Initiative and Renewed Hope Agricultural Mechanization Drive, standing in the name of Honorable Shaba Ahmed Adam. Honorable Shaba is hereby invited to move the motion.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Ian Zauzau, the respected colleagues, my name is Honorable Dr. Ahmed Adam Saba. Mr. Speaker, I come from Kwara State and I represent the good people of Edmoro, Patiki Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I rise this afternoon to move a motion on non-delivery of 2,000 units of tractors and 100 units of combined harvesters under the Presidential Food Security Initiative and Renew Agricultural Mechanization Drive. The House note that shortly after its inauguration into office, His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR on Thursday, July 13, 2023, declared a state of emergency of food security, and a major covenant put forward to boost food production was massive agricultural mechanization across the country. The House also noted that this emergency declaration stemmed from the continuation of food inflation in the country, resulting in hunger and starvation of Nigeria. This ugly trend was followed by Mr. President as a part of the Renew Hope agenda of his administration. He showed a great determination to revolutionalize food production in Nigeria. Mr. Speaker, sir, they are also aware that Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security has signed an agreement with John Deere Tractor Supply 2,000
tractors, implement, and 100 combined harvesters annually. In line with the New Hope target for increased food production and food security, the contract for a tractor assembly plant in Nigeria was agreed to a cost of 70 million.
Leader?
To the cost of 70 million, 41,733.8 million US dollar, and 2,981,739,134 naira 30 kobo respectively, which is actually equipment and delivery costs. The contract includes sales and after-sales service, spare part, and training for mechanized service production providers. Mr. Speaker, sir, they are also aware that Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, pursuant to the Presidential Food Security Initiative (PFSI), entered into another 5-year agreement with AfriTrade DMCC for establishment of a tractor assembly plant to produce 9,022 agricultural implements and 2,000 various tractors annually. This agreement was estimated to cost Nigeria about 684 million 190,433 dollar. That is $684 million, Mr. Speaker, and 138 billion 630 million 486,965 naira for an actual equipment cost and delivery costs respectively. Mr. Speaker, sir, the House is cognizant both agreements were taken with the benefit to accrue to Nigeria if implemented to include increase in agricultural production, technology transfer, reduction of the foreign currency expenditure on the purchase of ready-made equipment due to the growth of local production. Mr. Speaker, sir, the House worried that a year after the agreement was signed by the National Agricultural Development Fund and the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, no single tractor or implement has been received in Nigeria despite the huge public funds involved in this transaction. Mr. Speaker, sir, the House concerned that non-delivery of these tractors and implements is a setback to the New Hope agenda of agricultural mechanization, and this poses challenge to Nigeria's food sufficient ambition, as 2 farming seasons have been lost since the signing of the agreement. Mr. Speaker, sir, the House also cognizant of the need to investigate the non-delivery of the tractors, implements, and combined harvesters for over a year after the agreement was signed, and the status of the tractors assembly plants are completely by the agreement. Mr. Speaker, sir,
good afternoon to you.
The House resolve as follows. Mandate the Committee on Agricultural Production Services to investigate the non-delivering of 2,000 tractors, implements, and the 100 combined harvesters within the stipulated period. In this stipulated period, to inquire on the status of the tractor assembly plant completed in the agreement, and also mandate the Committee on Agricultural Production Service to investigate the procurement and distribution of farm implements within the purview of the Federal Department of Agriculture, FDA, in the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, to report within 4 weeks for further legislative action. Mr. Speaker, I so move.
Order, please.
The man that has grown to a full man.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, I remain Honorable Mukhtar Tolani Shagaya, represent Nigerians, starting from Ilorin West, Asa Federal Constituency of Kwara State. I rise to second the motion as ably moved by my brother and colleague, I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it.
Honorable Galembi,
Honorable Shatima,
Honorable Galembi,
sorry,
take your
I
seat.
already put the question before you raise your hand. If
Honorable
you want
Galembi.
to amend, you can come by way of precision. Please. The 15th order of the day is a motion on the need to activate the Special Economic Zone Makodi, Benue State, standing in the name of Honorable Sekau Zuam Iotom. Honorable Iotom is hereby invited to move the motion.
Good afternoon, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues. I am Sekab Zwayotiom, member representing the good people of Buruku Federal Constituency of Benue State. Mr. Speaker, I rise this afternoon to move a motion to a need to activate the Special Economic Zone, Makudi, Benue State. Mr. Speaker, the House notes that special economic zones or free trade zones are designated areas within a country that operate under specific economic and regular frameworks to attract investment, promote exports, and drive economic growth. Also, the House knows that these SEZ or FTZ are a deliberate establishment of government to boost trade, attract investment, and operate as a catalyst to industrialization. Aware that in 2017, the federal government under His Excellency Muhammad Buhari recognized the potentials of SEZ and embark on a plan to establish the zones across the 6 geographical zones of the country.
Honorable Bashir.
Also aware that...
Order. Honorable Bashir. Honorable
Also aware
Abdul
that
order.
the Nigerian Export Processing Zones Authority, NEMZA, tasked with the responsibility of overseeing the project, selected Makudi, Benue State among the beneficiary states for the projects. Under the selected were
Please find your seats.
Lagos State, Fontua, Katsina State, and Ilori in Kwara State. Aware that in 2018, NEBZAN approached the Benue State government for land measuring 276 hectares parcel behind Nasmet on the bank of River Benue.
Honorable Chingwe, you and your group, please. Order. Order, please.
The government promised to resolve...
Honorable Ali Jesse, have you sought the permission of the minority leader to go out?
The government promised to resolve title issues and relocate inhabitants. Cognizance that NEMZAN awarded contract for the first phase of development based on the understanding for the preliminary feasibility studies, master plan, engineering designs, and environmental impact assessments. Also cognizant that President Muhammad Buhari was committed to release 250 billion for infrastructure development over a period of 5 years. That is 50 billion naira in each budget cycle. Worried that 7 years after the approval, Makudi SEZ has not been implemented, leaving youth jobless and causing crimes despite its potential to create millions of jobs. Mr. Speaker, the House resolved as follows. 1. Urge the federal government through NAMZA to reopen negotiations with the Benue State government to reactivate agreements with contracts for the Makudi Special Economic Zone to attract investment and create employment. 2. mandate the Committee on Industry and Commerce to secure compliance and report back within 4 weeks for further legislative action. I so move, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Any strong man from Benue to second this, you must be a very strong man, oh. Strong in all aspects. David, are you up to the task? Go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I remain Ogel David Agada, member representing Oju of the Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Benue State, the food basket of the nation. I rise this afternoon to second the motion as heavily moved by my honorable colleague. I second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. There is have it. This motion is referred to the Committees on Industry and Commerce for further legislative action. Honorable colleagues, I believe the DS is unavoidably absent. He is on a very important assignment. We won't be able to consider reports today. So with this development, I will call on the Chairman, Rules and Business, to move that we suspend the balance of the items we have for today to be rescheduled for the next legislative date.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Francis Ejirogene Waves, my name. I represent the entire people of Ugele North, Ugele South, and Udu. I'm from Delta State. I rise to move that the items remaining on today's order paper be stepped down and for consideration on the next sitting of the House on Thursday. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Is the Deputy Chairman Rules around? No? So who is second? Any seconder? Honorable Komoti.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, honorable members. Kwamoti Bitrus Laori, representing Jamsa Numa Lamude Federal Constituency. I second the motion as moved by Chairman Rules and Business. I so second.
Order, order, please. Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. Clerk, you know we are supposed to adopt the votes and procedures of today, so please can you kindly rise and move for the suspension of our rules? To move, or is it the leader to do that? Before that, let me announce the composition of members of the conference committee from the House in respect of the bill on maize export prohibition bill of 2024. The following members are going to serve in the conference committee to harmonize the differences between the House bill and that of the Senate. Honorable Babajimi Benson will serve as the chairman, while Honorable Emeka Chinedu, Honorable Usman Zanna, Honorable Isabel Ambarura, Honorable Dare Ogewu, and is it Honorable David Ogewu, right? And Honorable Francis Owaeve will be members of the committee. Honorable colleagues, I'm sure you are aware Mr. President will be coming to the chamber tomorrow for the presentation of the 2025 budget. And in view of that, it's my pleasure to announce the admittance into the chamber, the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Vice President, the President of the Senate, Senators of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, ministers, government officials, and other dignitaries to receive an address from the President on the 2025 budget estimates, standing in the name of our House Leader. The House Leader will therefore move for us to suspend our rules to admit them tomorrow morning.
Mr. Speaker, Professor Julius Ihanvere, Owan Federal Constituency, Edo State, arise to move that the House, pursuant to Order 6, Rule 4, 1, and 2 of the Standing Orders of the House of Representatives, do admit into the chamber the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Vice President, the President of the Senate, Senators of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, ministers, government officials, and other dignitaries on tomorrow, Wednesday, 18th December 2024, to receive an address from the President on the 2025 budget estimates. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
The Minority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion for admission into the chambers tomorrow of non-members of the Green Chambers for a solemn ceremony of presentation of the budget. I so second, sir.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Leader, can you also move that the House resolve into executive session to discuss some matters of public importance, private importance of members? Pardon?
Mr. Speaker, I would like first to move for the adoption of the proceedings of today. We've not done that, Mr. Speaker.
Pardon?
The adoption of the rules and proceedings.
Okay, honorable members.
No, we can go
we
ahead.
already.
I rise to move that we adopt the rules and proceedings of today as working documents of the House. I so move.
Minority Leader, please can you second?
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye.
Aye.
Those against should say nay. The ayes have it.
Members should come forward, please.
So please can you move for the suspension of our rules to resolve into committee of the whole, into an executive session. Minority Leader, can you second, please?
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I second the motion that we resolve into executive session. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. House has resolved into executive session. Please, all non-members should please vacate the chamber.
How is it? Ya gida? Ina nan ban samu kuɗin da zan tashi ba yanzu.